What's up, everyone, and welcome to the show. I want to welcome everyone to the show as we get ready for this elimination broadcast. Where are you in points? Where will you be? Will you make it to the next round? We are all about to find out. As usual, enjoy the tunes as this update takes place. And there you have it. Points completed. And we get ready for our podcast here in 1 second. But that's what it looks like. Well, of course, a lot of discussion preparing to happen right now. But in the meantime, there is your completed points grid set up for round of 12. 12 drivers continue on. The rest eliminated, some still in the hot seat position. A lot to talk about. Again, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens here. But Wes, Frosty, Black, Wilder, Higher, Dolphin, Junior, Pizza, Wheat, Emu, Sam Cook, and Druss will continue on into the next round. Again, we'll talk a lot of talk about, so stay tuned here as we set up the pod. We'll be right back. What's up? You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Oh, hold on.
Daddy, can I come out?
How's it going, guys?
What's up, everybody? We actually got a crew this time. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
you got me in here. Up there.
You been
Hello.
keeping
Well,
up
obviously,
with everything?
because my grandfather's still here.
Keeping up with everything?
Hmm?
You been keeping up with everything?
Well, I think the only things I've been keeping up with is the stuff that I've been probably doing over on my YouTube channel. But in terms of in here, not really.
Okay, well, we're getting ready to start the podcast part of the stream, so that's gonna, you got something to chime in with information on a while.
Fair enough. And also, I'm just kind of laying down on my bed right now, just trying to stay cool and relax and stuff like that. Because there was a moment I was feeling kind of a little bit woozy, felt like maybe throwing up a little. So I'm just kind of
No
taking
pun
it
intended, right?
now.
All right, can y'all see the points? I'm live streaming it. Can y'all see it?
Yep, we do.
All right, well, welcome. All right, I'm getting ready to pause the music and go live now, guys. 3, 2, 1. And we welcome everyone to the podcast part of the stream. We have with us our series drivers, Aim Higher, Woozy Emu, and we have our official broadcaster of the series, the official voice, if you will, of BRL in, man, I was about to say the wrong name, Demora here with us as well. So we've got quite a bit to talk about as we discuss the points. Not that's on your screen. Don't worry about that. We're talking about points right now and who's in and who's out and all of that in between. So we welcome everyone to the show. And I mean, guys, what y'all think as y'all look at the eliminations? It was a crazy race, crazy elimination race.
I mean, honestly, it was a lot of DNFs. It was a crazy race. It was like, how many races? How many DNFs? I forgot.
Let's see. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There were 9 DNFs.
Yeah, it was a crap load of DNFs. That was crazy. You know.
Yeah, that uphill portion was just brutal. If you got caught up in that wall, that was it for you. You were done, and you were taking somebody with you.
Yeah, I mean, I got caught in there one time. It's not fun to be there at all. Especially when you got a lot of racers around you. It's definitely terrible.
It was take your friend to the garage day.
Yeah, most definitely.
It was not fun. But so anyone that's maybe playing back the stream, I just want to make sure that everything is being captured on stream. So if someone could check on that for me, I just want to make sure the Discord part is being picked up. And if it isn't, I can make that adjustment. And in the meantime, we continue to discuss. I think it's best to start from the ground up and talk about drivers who were in it and then not in it. Someone who really needed to finish. Let's talk about Beloved Car. BC needed to finish that race and could not get it done. Guys, very easily could have been from his position into the playoffs, yet now he's eliminated from chase contention. And all of this was possible because of the fact that Druss here wins and advances to the next round via that stage win, which is why that win has an asterisk beside it and not the official win, because he won a stage at Daytona, but it was enough to advance him, and that kicked Beloved right on out with that DNF.
Oh, the commentator left.
Yeah, and Woozy, your thoughts on BC's inability to get it done there at Spa?
Oh, to us?
No, Beloved.
Beloved. Well, I think he get off with the wrong foot. I think he did do a major job on the racetrack, but at the end of the day, it's just racing. We're just racing a video game, and it's not that serious, and we're just having fun.
I mean, I really think he really would have finished if Beloved would have just stayed in the back, played a little, just finished the race, I think he would have made it, but, I forgot how he crashed out. I forgot what happened.
He All right, awesome. It's being picked up. I just wanted to make sure. I think what ended up happening was he got caught up in that mess that was who was involved in all that. That was the issue with Wes. I think you had blocked Wes. Actually, Wes was trying to make an advance, and you had blocked him, and y'all had went into the grass coming down the hill. And so that backed traffic up into Beloved, I think. So Beloved, I think because he started kind of back a little bit off the pace, but when y'all backed up to him and then went up the hill and y'all crashed, whoever crashed, it was a big crash. It just, he was involved in it with nowhere to go. I think that's what probably ended up happening with him because he was in the back. It seemed like he was trying to do, everything right, and just got caught up.
Well, yeah, that'll definitely happen to you, man. Sometimes you get caught up in the pack, sometimes you get past the pack, But
Well, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Sucks, man. Beloved last season was able to advance. Was a driver that consistently has been kind of on the fringes of advancement and on the cusp of elimination more times than not. So we'll have to see what he's able to do. Obviously, not over. He can continue to race. He's going to have to battle for the top 10. And that's where he's at right now. Just the inability right now to get it done there, preventing him from being able to chase for a championship. Now he's got to fight for his season. What a big turnaround that was.
Oh, so like he can't get in the championship at all anymore, right?
No, he's done. Eliminated from chase contention, and the 12 drivers are going to be the ones moving on.
Wow, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I get. But yeah, that's kind of feel bad for Beloved right there. But one man's misfortune's another one's fortune. And in this case, the one who got the fortune is Dross.
Yeah, it's just how you get your season started. Dross was able to get that stage win, and for this reason, you never know what can happen. Of course, Dross did not win the 500; he got wrecked out, but that win was enough to keep him relevant. So now he's looking at these point standings and just put pressure on everybody above him. Because now, even though the top 12 advanced, because he's a part of that 12 now, it's the top 11. And it just put pressure on everyone. I think pressure started to mount there at the end of that race that was just too much for the circumstance that he was in.
Yeah, exactly. But he should be lucky because I was there for that stage win at Daytona.
Yeah. All right. So before we talk about the rest of below the eliminated drivers, I wanted to highlight that because of course he was a part of that chase. Hunter, Skitty, awesome runs. We'll talk about them in a little bit. Chris eliminated. We knew that was going to happen. Hit stick has not shown up. Neither has Newton. They're on the cusp of being eliminated completely from the series. Shadow's spot is reserved. He has been in consistent communication with officials about his availability, which preserves his spot. Same for Shustov, because he's been in constant communication with me about trying to make these races. So as long as you communicate, you can have an opportunity. Obviously, they're in the hot seat. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about...
I would assume you're mentioning Shadow Alpha, correct?
Yeah, Shadow Alpha, yeah.
Obviously, with him, he's other league race with IEC and stuff like that. But I think now he should hopefully be on the track more in these coming races, since IEC is at least in the regular season thing. They just had their regular season finale and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll see him more.
All right, well, we'll see what we get. We know he's a very impactful driver when he does race. Final Four finalist from last season. So let's talk now about the drivers that did make it. In convincing fashion for many of them. We know half the field DNF that was up above that. But we'll talk about first our winner from Spa, our survivor, and the driver that was able to pull off the Spa upset after 3 overtimes. That was Wesley in the number 11. What an impactful way to advance to the next round, taking over the points lead as well by 6 points away from Frosty. Guys, your thoughts on Wes? Is he going to be a contender the remainder of this season? What were your thoughts about Wes in this first round?
Well, oh, yeah, well, no, it takes a lot to beat someone at a very elite caliber driver like Frosty, considering I know how fantastic of a driver he is. So for Wesley to pull off against someone who is in one of those very, very competitive racing teams in Ford stuff, like, with Wesley, just some guy I only just knew about in here to pull off that upset. That's pretty impressive in my book, and that's Bob of all places.
Yeah, for sure. Dale Jr. fan in the chat. What's up, Dale? We'll be talking about you here shortly.
Hello, Dale Jr.
Any more thoughts? Aim, your thoughts?
I mean, I'm gonna just say this. Wesley, he's a very talented driver. So I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to say, but every time I'm racing with him, like he's up in the front all the time. So like, top 5 all the time. Very talented racer.
Oh,
so,
yeah, oh, definitely.
I think he's gonna be a force to reckon with going into 8 and everything.
Yeah, Wes is not foreign in this league to being in the Final Four. I want to say season 3 of this league, he was in the Final Four battling for a championship. Of course, came up short in that to, I want to say Paintbrush, or Michael rather, won the championship that year. But he gave a very valiant effort, finishing 3rd in the Final Four battle. In a very tight battle, so he knows what it has what it takes, and knows what it takes to get it done. And a lot of the drivers he was competing with in that period of time are not present. So we'll see how much the rest of these guys have to be able to compete and challenge him, to put pressure on him as these rounds go through and we get close to the Final Four, because pressure right now, maybe not so much. We'll see if these drivers can put a little pressure on Wes, because right now Wes was able to coast. Look at the statistics here. 115 laps led, now takes over the laps led lead by far right now. And so that means that he's keeping that car clean. He's keeping that car out front. He has the most top 5s and top 10s. Only Frosty and Back in Black have the same amount of top 5s, and he leads the league in wins. So in this early season, round-wise, what a showing he's put up in these first 4 races. All right, moving on. Number 2, Frosty. The more you've ran with Frosty quite a bit, so you know all about the Frost and what he's done. Now, give me 1 second. He's a series champion a couple seasons ago, able to win the championship. Final Four finalist from last season. So what do you think is running through Frosty's mind right now as he prepares to go into round number 2 after a dismal performance at Spa, being the first to DNF?
He's got a no problem saying him quickly recovering after what he said. What happened to him at Spa? Because yeah, Spa is kind of a difficult track to try and master sometimes. Sometimes you can get it down, sometimes not so much.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't catch much of that. Hopefully, you guys caught some of that. Um, for Woozy, you ran quite a bit with Frosty as well.
And yeah, and he was also in the booth with me for season 1.
Yeah, he sure was, and did a great job in that booth as well. So talent in both ways. What do you think? You've raced with Frosty before as well. Do you think he's going to be someone who's going to get back to the Final Four and be competing for a championship?
Okay, first of all, I was also a driver for Frosty Racing League, and that's all. Yeah, I think he might be taking the whole championship by storm. He was pretty good on the other tracks like Daytona, and I forgot the other track, but if he do good on round number 2, I think he's gonna make it through the Final Four.
Yeah, he's gonna. Do you think that it's gonna be a challenge this time round compared to seasons past for him to get to that Final 4? If so, what challenges is he gonna face in your mind, Woozy?
So in the past, Fati was in, I think, season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5, season 6, and season 7, and hopefully season 8. I think he might be good. Like throughout the past couple years, in season, Daytona, Indianapolis, and other track we know and love, like Maple Valley. I hope Flotty will probably win again in Maple Valley in this schedule.
Yeah, for sure. And we're gonna take a look at that schedule here in a minute. But you're exactly right. So you're saying tracks are gonna be the challenge more so than drivers.
Correct.
Nice, nice. Love that. So AIM, not too much experience racing with him. As being a rookie in this league. But so far, your thoughts on what you've seen from Frosty in that number 7?
I mean, honestly, he's like one of the 5 people that like I for sure can't go against, on a one-on-one match because like, they know how to take all the turns right, this and that, they know what's right and what's wrong, you know what I'm saying? But like I think he's most definitely gonna make it to round 4 because I mean he's a pretty good driver in my opinion.
Nice. We'll get more on that in a minute. Back in Black crashed and burned into round number 2 as he DNF late in the Spa race. And so now the question is for Black, and we asked him this in his post race interview. We asked him, was momentum important when it came to moving on into Sunset and into round number 2? And Black said no. Do you guys agree with Black's comments that momentum is not important coming into round number 2, coming off of a DNF?
Well, I mean,
So hold on. I'm his teammate, so I'm gonna answer this. Momentum it's not the answer. I know all the speed that we're gonna get is like all the answer, but for the road course, speed is not the answer. We have to take it slow and steady. But for the oval, we need speed.
All right, Aim, what's your thoughts?
Sunset Peninsula, it's a big old oval, so like it doesn't really take much skill to try to get out in front. So I really don't think momentum is a big factor here. I mean, if it was a road course, I'd say momentum is a pretty good factor. But going into, a racetrack like Sunset, I don't really think it's a big factor at all.
Got you. Demore, you've seen a lot of racing. You've seen a lot of, and I'm sure you've raced as well. Have you seen drivers who had something going for them and then lost the momentum that they had after a wreck, moving on into a pressured situation, the advancement of a round or a big race? Do you think it's going to matter for drivers like Black moving forward?
Are you talking to me or Tyler?
Oh, so Demore left.
Yeah, the commentator left again.
Okay, all right, I didn't know. All right, because I don't have it pulled up. So I'll answer that. Now, I disagree with you guys just a little bit. I know that the race itself, the track itself, when you talk about the skill level requirement, obviously it's going to be a little bit less on the skill level overall and more so on strategy for winning this race. But I think it says something when you are trying to I think about it like this. I think about someone who, like in basketball, when you have someone who's shooting and they get a rhythm and they are hitting bucket after bucket after bucket because they're in this rhythm. Sometimes they call it a zone, whatever. And then all of a sudden, something happens. They get a foul. The game slows down or something, or they go into halftime and they come back, and all of a sudden that rhythm is lost, and you have to regain that rhythm or that momentum. I think about it like that in that standpoint when it comes to drivers who are putting together something really good. They got this really good rhythm going. So, for example, Back in Black, 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s is a driver we talked about is tied for first when it comes to how many top 5s, top 3s he has. He has 65 laps. That's the second highest in the league. So you got all of that going for you, and then all of a sudden on an elimination race, we have an opportunity, a car fast enough to win the race. Is something about being able to go into round 2, having won the previous race, prepare for a track that doesn't take as much skill as you guys have so beautifully eloquently stated. And now you're going into this race as opposed to someone coming off of a DNF, and now the pressure is kind of, I got to get back to that mojo, or at least it could be for some drivers. And that's what I think is the situation for Back in Black. I ran with Back in Black for a long time. I'm talking NASCAR 15 on Xbox 360 long time. And one thing I've noticed about Black is when his back is against the wall, when that streak is broken, and when you put a little bit of pressure on him, he doesn't rise to the occasion. He consistently does not rise to the occasion, almost painfully. And so that's why I brought up that question, because I think Black needs that momentum of consistent top 3s, finishing in top 3, first, second, or third wins, to be able to keep the pressure off and get to the final 4. I think you put him in a pressure situation, you take that momentum away, and it's going to be hard for him to function moving forward with the roster that we have this season, especially.
Well, I mean, anything could happen. It's a league full of surprises. So he can fall out, not make it. Anything could happen.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see what happens, as we've got a lot of racing to go. So far, guys, be sure if you want to catch footage of this race that we're discussing and races that we have ran so far this season, please be sure to check out Stream Monster 27 on the YouTube side of things where all the races for BRL are. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and watch all of those races, awesome races, including this past race that we're discussing right now that happened Tuesday night, because I'm going to tell you something, it was a doozy. It was a fun race. It was fun to broadcast, it was fun to drive, and it was Circuit Day Spa. It was an awesome race. And it came down to survival of the fittest almost, I'm going to let you know. Great racing. You're going to love it. Stream Monster 27. If you're just joining us, I am here. We are analyzing here on the Speed Report the drivers who advanced, the drivers who were eliminated. I am joined here with series driver Woozy Emu as well as rookie driver Aim Higher. Thank you for joining us here on the Speed Report. Let's talk the next little group here, because before we get really all you guys right here, your team is right here at 4th, 5th, and 6th. So, Aim, I'm going to talk to you real quick because you drive on this team. Are you surprised about you guys' performance as a team, your whole team advancing? Are you surprised at that, or is it something you expected? And what do you think you're going to be able to do moving forward?
Well, I mean, I expected it, of course, because I mean, it's my team pretty much. Like, I kind of knew we were gonna do it because like we're consistent. We're always trying to place top 10. You know what I'm saying? We good friends with each other. So it's kind of pretty easy. And I mean, as long as you're really placing top 10s, it's fine, and you're advancing. And I mean, I kind of want to say we all might make it into top 8, but that's maybe. So I really don't know. We just have to see where it goes. If we keep staying, consistent like we are, I think we'll be pretty good.
Yeah, what do you think about the addition of Wilder, and how has he helped you guys? I know it's been only one race, but what are your thoughts so far about his addition in the number 45?
Well, I mean, we wanted to make it a 3-car team because, with a 2-car team, you really can't advance as much as you would like. So that's kind of why we added Hit Stick. But Hit Stick really wasn't a good, kind of workout for us. So we seen Welder, he got kicked off his team. So we thought we'd add him because he's in the top 10 and everything. So, I mean, I think it was a pretty good addition. I mean, he got a top 5, I'm pretty sure. And I mean, that was pretty good for his first race on the team. So, I mean, I think the new addition's pretty good. So.
Sweet, and I think that that's going to be really something to keep an eye on. You guys, you and Dolphin as rookies, outstanding job. And so what have been your thoughts so far as you are in the league? What are your thoughts of the league at this point so far?
I mean, the league's pretty nice. I like the league. I mean, it's kind of friendly unless you wreck somebody on purpose, But it's overall really friendly, and you got some pretty clean racers, some debatable players, And I mean, as a rookie, I'm not really the best racer out there because I make some mistakes sometimes, and I kind of pay for that a little bit on the track. But I mean, overall, I think this league's pretty great.
A sweet deal. Good deal. We look forward to seeing how your team does moving forward. We'll talk about a highlight real quick. The team points, as we'll keep an eye on the rest of the drivers here. The team points as follows on your screen. And right now, and it looks like a lot. 192 points back looks like a lot, but with 3 cars, it is not that much. Subject to change here. Just your quick thoughts on what the team it looks like right now.
Hold on, I can barely hear you. Hold on.
Any thoughts so far on the team points?
Oh, me?
It's open for either one of you guys.
Well, while we're waiting for him to get back, I'll talk about my team. I can't believe my team got like a higher point standing since me and Brad got DNF through Circuit D Paul. Can't believe I wrecked out.
Hey, you know what? I wouldn't feel so bad because over half the field wrecked out. See, if you wrecked out and you were the only one, then that'd be a little bit different. But the fact that half the field wrecked out, don't feel bad. Everybody was feeling that. Well, I'm gonna tell you, that was some tough stuff. Everybody was feeling that. Yeah, and I think I speak for my team. We definitely view this one portion at a time. It was a rough start. You're not gonna lie, it was a rough start for us. Space Pizza wasn't there for us for the first couple races. Daytona was a heartbreaker for sure. Did not perform that well at Eagle, but I think we're gonna get back to it. We're not that far back. Thanks in part to all of the DNFs. 353 points back. Not that much, and we'll be grinding the road rest of the season. This is a season-long situation here, so we're looking forward to that. Let's briefly take a look at not the standings, the schedule for the next or this upcoming round. Real quick, let me take a look at the chat because Dale's been messaging. DNF hurt. Don't like that my team points is negative 200. Yeah, so that's your real quick. That's your team points bank right now, negative 200. You have 230 points, but in the bank, yeah, those team points, those DNFs hurt. Every DNF is negative 100 points. You've got 2 DNFs on the season. That's going to put you at negative 200. So, yeah, stay out of the garage till it's time to pack up the car to go to the next track. Do not go early, and you'll be just fine. Let's take a look at that schedule now. Sunset Peninsula Road Course, Nürburgring GP, Sebring. What are your thoughts on these next 4 races?
So we're heading straight into the ovals again, and I think it would be awesome to go back to the ovals and hopefully get into the top 10 or even a top 5 or even a podium. No matter what, I'll hopefully get into higher position.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you on that. It's going to be fun getting back to the ovals. Oval racing is unique and, can be a challenge. And it's going to be important. This is a track we don't normally visit. First time visiting in the series. So Sunset's going to be fun. We're going to pay attention to what that's going to be like. And then, of course, just like we've done in the past with Indianapolis, with running Indianapolis and they're running its road course, Sunset Peninsula's road course will be what we run next. So that's going to be very interesting. First time there. I'm excited. I ran a little bit of practice there before, and that's a very fun race to visit, to be a part of. I'm excited. And then not excited for Nürburgring because it's not the full circuit. It's just the GP. I want the full circuit, but hey, I didn't make the schedule. And then Sebring, those last 2 races, boy, it's going to be tough, especially if there's weather involved. That's going to be really a challenge. You don't want to miss it. Twitch Monster 27 live. Tuesday 7:45 Eastern Standard for the running of those races. You don't want to miss that.
Amy is back.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow you guys to comment on whatever you want to comment on regarding the league and races and everything as I set the points for this next upcoming round. Hey, did AIM come back?
He left.
Okay. Dale in the chat, when are you talking about me? We'll conclude the segment on you, Dale. Give me a minute. I'm just resetting the points for the next round. Alright, everything is reset and ready to go. So your top 12, it'll be just like a new season with all the points set to 0. BC is going to start the eliminated drivers battle for the top 10. Starts right now with the upcoming race. It'll be a season-long battle. So still something to fight for out there on the racetrack. Dale Jr., one of those drivers that made it. Dale, a top 5, 2 top 10s, 2 DNFs though. So it's going to be interesting to see how he performs moving forward. We'll see what he's able to do. But right now, Dale, good job, Dale.
Hey, I'm back on. Soon.
Cool. So like I told Woozy, I reset everything for the upcoming new round. Just any thoughts that you got, anything you want to mention while on stream, anything like that, feel free to do so as I reset everything.
Alright. So does it reset like all top 5s, wins and everything, or not?
No, it doesn't reset that. That's a cumulative for the entire season. But the only thing it resets are the points.
Okay.
Dale Jr. fan said hopefully a lead lap or get a win at sunset.
I believe in you, Dale. You definitely got it, man. Definitely.
All right, just as a quick reminder, your top 12: Wes, Frosty, Back in Black, Wilder, Aim Higher, BD Dolphin. I said Dolphin this time and not Dragon. Y'all didn't say nothing. Dale Jr., Space Pizza, Inlaid Wheat, The Ruse, Sam Cooke, and Druss. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to make the top 8 and advance. Things really going to be tough moving forward. Really, really tough. If anyone wants to know what the starting lineup is going to be for the upcoming Sunset race, it's going to go like this. Wesley in first. Frosty in second. No, excuse me. Wesley in first. Dolphin in second. Frosty in third. Aim Higher in fourth. Druss in fifth. Everybody else, wherever they load in, is where they start.
So that's kind of how it goes, with the wins. It's starting off with wins, like now.
Yes, round one, race one. Excuse me, not round one, but race one of every round is going to start with the winners first.
All right, and stage wins, like they're after the real wins, right?
Right.
So all right, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, I got it. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. All right, just finally, before we conclude, let's talk just briefly about our hot seats and basically what that means. Once again, just as a reminder, the idea is to have all 16 drivers from West all the way down to Chris the God load in. We obviously know that some may have to miss. So the goal is to try to fill those seats, and these drivers have already ran. However, they do not have enough points to be in the top 16. They are considered hot seats. So if everybody from West to Chris show up, these guys down here, Hitstick, Newton, Rhea, Shadow, and Shush Stuff will not be able to race. Now, they can still get points if they have team points or they're part of a team that has team points. They can get team points. That's fine. They can still score those points. However, they will not be on track. But if by some chance Chris does not show up, if Skitty Brave does not show up, then that means that Hitstick, being 40 points, would have an opportunity. He'll get an invite. And so will Newton with 20. Or Rhea will actually get the initial invite because he is the most recent racer. If these guys don't show up, then we'll go to Newton and we'll go to Shadow. If they don't respond, then we'll go to Shustov and we'll go to any new driver that wants to run. So that is what we will have available. That is the description of the hot seat. Now, once these drivers, let's say, for example, Shadow shows up and wins. If Shadow shows up and wins, then he may not necessarily earn enough to get in the top 16. However, a win is going to guarantee him that he races the next week. If he doesn't win, let's say he wrecks out, earns 20 points, then that means he becomes a hot seat. Just like that. And he will blend in with the point standings here. Now, just because there are, 5 drivers in the hot seat, does not mean you can't come and race. It does not mean that we will not have an opportunity for you. You could be added to this list. You can come and race. It does not mean that. As a matter of fact, every week there'll be a group post up for new drivers invited to the series, with the goal that we have all 16 drivers set up and ready to run. To this date, we have not had 16 drivers load in ready to run. So that means there's still opportunity out there. Now, if you do not communicate, let's say you race one race and then no longer communicate and no longer show up. After 3 races, then that means that your spot will be forfeited. That means your points and everything will be nullified. They'll be removed, and it'll be if you come back, it's like starting from scratch. You have to start from the bottom again. So it's important to communicate. If you just communicate, hey, I'm not gonna be there. I'm still interested in running, just not right now. I got stuff going on. Whatever. I don't need to know all your business. Just let me know. Hey, I'm not gonna be there, but I do want to run. Then your spot will be reserved. That's been the case with Shustov. That's been the case with Shadow. So these guys' spots reserved. Okay. Well, if no one has anything else to say, let's see. Dale, question. Dolphin won at Daytona. So does he start 6th after AIM? No, he does not. Because he won the 500, he's going to start 2nd on the grid because of the fact that he won the very first race of the season. But what it means is that West, because he has the most wins, he earns the number 1 seed. So West is going to start 1st. Dolphin, because he's won the first race, the Daytona 500, he's going to start 2nd. Frosty is going to start 3rd because he has an official win, not a stage win. He has an official win because he won Watkins Glen on that last lap pass. So that gives him an official win and puts him 3rd on the grid. And then is going to be AIM, because even though West, I believe, won stage 1. No. Excuse me. AIM won stage 1 of the Daytona 500. Or did you win? You won stage 2?
Yeah. Druz won stage 1. And
Okay, I apologize.
2.
Okay, so then that means Druz winning stage 1 is going to start 4th, and then that means AIM, you'll start 5th. I got y'all mixed up.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. I was like, I don't think I finished before Druz. So.
Yeah. So thanks for the correction there, but we got that fixed. Okay, but does that make sense, Dale? Official wins before stage wins, but this is not an exact points order starting grid. And so, again, I'm going to take the time right now to thank Woozy. Thank you for showing up to the pod, as well as Aim Higher. It's been a long day. As well as Aim Higher for showing up. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, Dale, for popping in the chat. Thank you for all my viewers to tune in to the Speed Report as we get ready for this next round. It's going to be very exciting for the next 4 races. You want to tune in. Hopefully we'll have a broadcaster for the next 4 races, and it won't be me because I'll still be racing, hopefully, and not in the garage. So we should have broadcasters. We should have the whole shebang, and we just look forward to that. And every Friday, you want to tune in here because we'll have the Speed Report. A little bit longer Speed Report next time. We had a little shortened one this time, so I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And from Twitch Monster 27, this is Sam Cook signing out.